Alright, hello my friends. So today I'm going to be doing a full face of makeup that I've been loving recently. I haven't done a favorites video in a long time, and I figured that it might be a little bit more fun to put some things on my face and talk about just the products that I've been loving. And that's what I'm gonna do today. So I'm gonna start by priming. I've now moved on to my smaller size of this Makeup Forever Shine Control Primer Mattifying Base, and I can say with a good degree of confidence now that this is the same, or at least reasonably more or less the same primer as the one that I had before in the different packaging. It's maybe a little less intensely mattifying, but it's still basically the same product. I'm going to take my e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer and put this basically all over my face. I've been liking this, but after using this much of it up, I can say that I think it's good, but I feel like honestly more than anything it feels like a hydrating primer. Like I don't feel like it makes my skin smoother or like masks pores or anything. It just kind of feels like a hydrating primer, which isn't bad, but I don't feel like it does what it says it's going to do. Anyway, and now I'm going to take my L'Oreal True Match Lumi Glotion. My lips feel so dry. Oh my god. I'm just going to take some of that on the back of my hand and put this on the high points of my face. And then just blend it in. Okay, for foundation, I'm going to use the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation and Concealer. My mouth is very dry all of a sudden. Anyway, I have the shade 00A Porcelain. I have been absolutely just head over heels in love with this foundation. It's so beautiful. So I understand all the rage about it, like however long ago, years ago. It's a little bit thicker, so if you don't like a little bit of a heavier foundation, you probably won't like this, but the coverage is beautiful and the finish is just stunning. It's like makes your skin look creamy and it doesn't look overly heavy, and it just is such a beautiful like coverage finish, especially when I mix it with like a little bit of a dewier product or like a little bit of a more like shiny primer like this L'Oreal one, and it lasts so well. It seriously holds up throughout the day so flawlessly. It doesn't like fade, it doesn't get gunky, and it lasts through my oily skin. It lasts on my oily skin so well. It's just such a good foundation, and I've been reaching for it anytime basically I have anything to do that's like I'm going out of the house, or I know that I'm gonna have a longer day or I'm going somewhere. Like literally this has become my new go-to. Maybe I'll just quickly do my brows on camera. I just have a little bit of soap in my spoolie, and I'm just going to brush my brows up. And then once my brows are set, I'm going to take my NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen. I use the shade Ash Brown, and I'm just going to draw little strokes in. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom you in so we can do my eyes. Get up nice, close, and personal. Oh my god, I can't even think. Get nice up close. I feel like I've had 2 cups of coffee already and I still don't feel like that's enough. Okay, so I zoomed you in so we can see my eyes up nice and close. I don't know why that sounds so weird to me. So for eyeshadow palettes, I feel like I'm always using different ones. My current favorites are definitely the ones that are newest to my collection, but there have been a few that I've been reaching for, like when I'm doing my makeup off camera, like quite a lot. So I just figured I'd, you know, use those. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I cannot stop using my Colored Rain Juicy Boost palette. I just feel like I use this so much because it just has all the tones that I kind of have a preference for. And then we also have some blues and greens up there. It kind of gives you a little mix of everything. So I was like, let's just use this today, right? I'm gonna do something a bit like warmer, maybe a little orangey. So, and you know what? I'm feeling a bit wild and crazy, and I've primed my eyes using the NARS Smudge Proof Eyeshadow base, but I have not set my lids. I typically always set my lids with like a translucent powder or whatever before I go in with eyeshadow, but I was like, let me just see how it goes. I'm not doing anything too crazy today, so we'll see. Maybe I'll become an unset lid person. We don't know. We don't know. So I'm going to start with the shade Ginger Bay as I hit myself in the face with this palette. It's just a really nice, like, light orangey yellow shade. I'm going to take this just through my crease on unset lids. So we're going to see how this goes. Like I said, I'm not going to do anything too crazy today. Just nice and simple. All right, we've avoided disaster so far. I don't think anything looks super bad with my blending at all. We'll see if this like affects longevity or anything. I don't know. I'll report back if anything crazy happens. So now I'm going to take the shade Orange Carrot, just a nice pumpkin-y orange shade, and just run this through my outer corner and my crease. Okay, you know what? Maybe I'll become an unset base person, okay? Because nothing is looking too patchy or anything like that. Although this NARS base isn't very tacky, it's very like almost silicone-y, so probably wouldn't have issues with like anything being super skippy over it anyway. To deepen my crease up, now I'm going to take the Sydney Grace and Temptalia On the Horizon palette. I've done a 3 looks 1 palette video with this. I guess I can link it up in the cards. And this is another palette that I've been loving recently in the recent months. I'm going to take the shade Infinite Echoes, which is this dark brown, and I'm going to use this to deepen my crease. See, look at that nice dark brown. That is what I like to see. Okay, so now for my lid, I'm going to take, I've been really into using my indie singles recently over the past like a lot of months, and that's one of the reasons why I love the Juicy Boost palette so much, is that I often use the mattes in there and then go into my indie singles for whatever I'm going to use on the lid. So I'm going to take the shade Corrosion. This is from Cleona. It's a glitter multi-chrome. It's really just so beautiful, and I haven't used this in a while, so I'm gonna just take this. Am I gonna cut my crease? I don't think so. I don't think I need to. Anyway, I'm gonna spray that, and then I'm just gonna put this all over. Oh yeah. Oh, that's such a beautiful shade. It has like orange and green and almost like a blue shift in there too. Cleona does it every time. I'm gonna take a little bit more of Orange Carrot and just run this over the front of my eye and use this to transition into Corrosion. Okay, my camera died. Not sure where it left off. But I've just been blending shades that I've already used around my eye, and then I'm just going to take a little bit more of Ginger Bay, run this along the very edge of my shadow. I'm going to take the shade Coconut Water from the Juicy Boost palette, which is just a white. And I'm just going to put a little bit of this on my brow bone. And then take some Corrosion on my finger and intensify this shade on my lid. Okay, so let me zoom out a little bit more. Okay, hopefully I'm in the middle. So now I actually don't have a concealer recently that's new or anything that I've particularly been super invested in. So I'm just going to use the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I'm going to spot conceal using my NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. How many times do I use this and I can never remember the name of it? Now I'm going to use the Danessa Myricks Power Bronzer in Light. So this is a cream bronzer. I have talked about this before, but I just cannot get enough. I literally use it every time I do my makeup. It is beautiful, and I am totally converted. Well, okay, maybe not totally converted, but converted to at least using cream bronzer. I really like the way it looks when I layer cream and powder bronzer. I think it just, I don't know, I like it. I like it a lot. I feel like that way I'm layering less powder on top of my skin as well. I think this is such a beautiful tone. It's not too orange, but it definitely warms my face up, and it blends amazingly. It doesn't, like, I feel like it lasts really well. It's really buildable, and I always set my face so I don't know if it stays sticky or anything, or like stays dewy, but when I blend it out on the back of my hand, it definitely doesn't go to like a powder finish, but it appears like it sets itself, and I don't have any issues with it like moving or anything. And if you're looking for a cream bronzer that's like oily skinned person approved, this is definitely one that I really like. This is the only cream bronzer that I've used, but my skin is definitely looking very glowy right now, so I will go in and set it. So to set my face, the loose powder that I've been using is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Sweep and Lock Translucent Setting Powder. This is not a favorite. I don't love this. I'm using it because I have it, and I'll use it up, but I would not recommend it. So I'm just going to set like under my eyes, on my chin, and on my forehead. Once I just let that sit a little bit, not very long at all, and then I take a glowy powder. So this is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Ethereal Light, and I just take a little bit of that on my brush and then sweep all of this extra powder away. Again, this is not a recent favorite, and definitely don't want to encourage anyone buying from Hourglass, myself included, because obviously I have this, but this is just, I'm trying to use this up, so I've been using it every day, but it literally looks like I haven't used it at all. And then I take a pressed powder. This is the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder, the OG. The shade is Buff Beige, but they all look the same. And just take this on a brush and use this to set my face. This powder also too is another recent, well, I've loved this for a long time, but I recently just started using it again, and it's really nice. I feel like it sets my makeup without making it look cakey. It's like quite thin, and I just really like the way that it makes my makeup last. I just think it's a really nice affordable powder. Unfortunately, I don't think the shade range is great, so I probably shouldn't have bought this anyway, but I think I got this from Dollarama, which is why I have it. And then I'm gonna go back in with the Hourglass powder and then just put this all over my face. Now I'm just gonna finish up my lower lash line, so I'm gonna take Orange Carrot again and run this all along my lower lash line. And then I'm gonna take Infinite Echoes, just run this along my lower lash line as well. And then I'm gonna take Ginger Bay and just blend all underneath. And then for my inner corners, I'm going to take Shine by SD Reserve number 7. The Reserve collection from Shine by SD has been a favorite for so many months, and it really does fall into the category of my indie sparkly special singles, and I've been reaching for them so much for my inner corner and topping shadows, and they're just so beautiful. Would highly recommend them. Especially number 7. It's the most beautiful, like sunny, sparkly, dimensional yellow shade. Okay, my camera, I just had to change the battery, but I think I should be more or less in the same position that I was in. Now I'm going to take the Melt and Beetlejuice, the Waiting Room palette, which is something that I used actually a ton in October. It was very limited edition, but I've been using it. So I'm going to take the black, which is called Charman, and just put this right in my outer corner. I was going to do like a more colorful liner, but I don't think that's going to work because I already have pretty dark outer corners. So I'm going to take the shade Charman on a little angled brush, and I'm just going to do a little liner with this. Just so, I don't know, I feel like could be good to have like a softer look perhaps today. Okay, so they're even-ish and they're a little bit big because this side got a little out of control, but that's okay. This is also something that I've been really into, is doing like Smoky Wings. I haven't, okay, when I say I've been really into it, I've done it more than I have, but it's something that I've enjoyed a lot. I don't know why. I just think it looks, especially when I don't do a cut crease, if I'm doing something maybe a little bit more simple, I just think it still looks like winged liner, but it's something a little softer and less like sharp edges than using like a liquid liner, and I've been really quite enjoying it a lot actually. So let's finish up my face now. So contouring, I'm going to use my Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder in medium. Look at this. It's coming along. It's coming along nicely. Now I'm at the stage where I actually have to think about what product that I might buy next for contour, because we're getting to the end of this bad boy. So I'm just going to put a little bit on my cheekbones. And I gotta say that I've been on a mini Project Pan mission with this bronzer, the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. We know it well, but more just to get it out of my collection. There are so many other bronzers that I could have that have better shade ranges. So I'm just trying to, you know, use it up. I really, I do enjoy this bronzer. I'm not gonna lie, but I've been enjoying using it up, and look at me, the little panner that I've become. This pan is expanding and I'm very happy with it. This is a new setting spray that I've been using. This is the e.l.f. Stay All Night Micro Fine Setting Mist. And I gotta say, I've been really enjoying this. I think that it melts like powder in really well. It makes, you know, takes away the powderiness of whatever, your face. It's pretty neutral though. It doesn't like make my skin dewy or make it feel like really matte. Just feels like it does what a setting spray is supposed to do. And I think like it does have some effect on the longevity of my makeup. Not anything that's like crazy, but I just have been really, really liking it. And I like that when you shake it, this little ball makes a sound. And the mist is really fine. This highlighter is a true rediscovery for me. It's been neglected for a while in my collection, and I recently used it and I was just like, this is my new favorite highlighter that I've rediscovered. Another old one, let me get my highlight brush out. Another old one, and it doesn't really go with this look, but the Maybelline Master Chrome Metallic Highlighter in the shade Molten Rose Gold. It's so nice. Like, no wonder it was getting so much hype. And I know that I like it, but I just forgot how good it was. Obviously, like, it's an intense highlighter, but I really love the way that it looks. So shiny, so makes me look so glowy. It's not overly pink either. Like, it doesn't necessarily look like you're wearing a pink highlight, but I mean, just look at that. That's some good stuff. If they came out with this in like a champagne color or like a lighter color, because this is, I can get away with it, but it's not like perfect on me. It's a little bit deep. I would buy it in like literally no time. Immediately purchase it. I would immediately purchase it. For blush, I've been recently obsessed with this Likely Makeup Fairy Blush Palette. And when I say recently, it's been like the past few months because I bought this in July. This Rose Quartz shade is like my favorite pink blush that I own. This is the shade Sunstone. It's a little bit lighter, so I do have to build it up. And these two shades, I've used this on my cheeks once, but I do reach for these, like the teal and the purple as eyeshadow quite a lot. So I'm going to use the shade Sunstone. It's like a light peach, and I'm going to use this on my cheeks today and just build it up to the intensity that I want it. So you can see it's pretty light. Like, honestly, I have to build it up and I'm pretty far down the range of fair. Like, I'm pretty fucking pale. So if you had any tan at all, I feel like this shade won't really work for you, unfortunately. So this is what you get after a lot of building. So I guess for some people this is like enough blush. For my extra ass, I feel like I could always go darker or more intense, but I'm actually gonna leave it at this. All right, for all you blush haters out there, this is for you. I'm kidding. I don't do anything for you because I'm a blush lover all day, every day. Unnecessarily aggressive. So I'm going to just run a brow gel through my brows now. This is the Essence Make Me Brow Eyebrow Gel Mascara in the shade Soft Brownie Brows. This has been a rediscovery as well. I bought this not too long ago and I really enjoy it. A little bit more cool toned than I prefer, but I really like it. I don't really need it to do a lot right now, but on the days that I just wear like brow gel, which are not that often but have been becoming increasingly frequent in my life, I like this a lot. It makes my brows look fuller and thicker. It doesn't get like dry and crispy, but it still has like a decent amount of hold, and it's very affordable. I feel like everyone knows about this product, but I rediscovered it and I just thought I'd share that. And then finally I'm going to take Freck, which I mean, I guess is a favorite, but it's too expensive to be a favorite. I like begrudgingly buy this. If you have access to like the Kimchi Chic Freckle Tint or any more affordable freckle tint, I would say buy that over this. It's good, but not worth the money in my opinion. And I'll be the first to say that. I would love to know how much like money Freck is making from each Freck product. What's your markup like? But I will say I do like that they have shade options, whereas I feel like most freckle products only come in one shade. Freck does have a dark option, which I think is great. And I think that everyone should be doing that. And it appears that we've come to the end of this look. So I'm just going to do my lips and put my lashes on off camera, and then I'll be back because I do have recent loves for lip products. So I will be back and let you know those. Okay, so this is the finished look. In my waterline, I used the ColourPop liner in Puppy. It's an orange. And then on my lips, I have the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in the shade Cold Brew, which is like a warm toned, deeper brown. I blended it out with my also NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in Sandstorm. And then I have the Essence Clear Gloss. A general favorite recently for me has been gloss, which has been crazy because I don't like, I'm sure I've said this so many times on my channel where I just historically have never been a gloss person. I don't wear a ton of gloss. I definitely generally prefer matte lips for sure, but I've just been super into gloss. I think I just really like the way it looks in photos and in video and stuff. I don't go outside that often, but the main annoyance for me in gloss is that like my hair gets stuck in it and all that stuff. But just in general, in a general like doing my makeup sense, I've been really into gloss, and these NYX lip liners are so great. I just want to get so many other shades, and especially Sandstorm, I use it like all of the time. It's truly like a My Lips But Better shade, and Cold Brew is a really nice warm tone brown. And in general, I've been using the Essence Clear Gloss a lot. I've talked about it a ton before, but I would highly recommend it for an affordable, really beautiful clear gloss. It's so glossy and shiny. It's so nice. And I've been using my Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in Diamond Milk a ton as well. Overall, these are my two favorite gloss formulas, and I do want to try, I saw recently that they had like a clear gloss with like sparkle in it that Essence had, so I'm thinking about getting that, but anyway, we'll see. But yeah, those are some of my recent makeup favorites. Doing a little get ready with me kind of full face video, and truly these are the products that I've been reaching for and loving recently. Like I said, palettes kind of really depends on the day, but I have been using all of these three palettes that I used today a ton, and I've been using my indie singles like nonstop, especially off camera. I am so happy with this makeup look. I think it's neutral but still like fun and glittery, and I also have been loving, I really like the way this eyeliner turned out today. Like, I really like how it's still eyeliner, it's still dramatic, but it's a little bit softer. Definitely enjoying that. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I feel like I don't do full face videos that often, so I'm always excited to incorporate them into my channel. Let me know what products you've been loving recently, or if there's anything in your collection that you've discovered again. And I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Bye.